Well, I knew this was going to be a tough hike.
Before we begin this hike, one minor detail. We actually ended the last hike about a quarter mile from here. But to start from there would mean walking along a busy highway, and I do mean busy, the Malibu Canyon Road, and have to cross it. Granted, there is a traffic signal to stop the cars, but it's a lot of bother for just a little distance. However, if we were to be, say, a little bit more anal retentive and wanted to walk every single inch of the Backbone Trail, there is that option. And I've included details for it in the description, along with how to get here. This exact spot where we're starting the hike.
The trailhead for this section starts on Piuma Road. We walk along the road shoulder heading southeast for about a third of a mile, and then, hidden in the weeds, are these signs. We turn right and drop into the forest. From there, the trail climbs a short distance through the woods, goes past these private buildings, part of the California Wildlife Center, and crosses a driveway. We now have a meandering 2 miles with steady elevation gain, but plenty of shade.
Trail comes out on Piuma Road, which we cross to continue. Now, traffic is usually pretty light through here, but it's steady and it is fast. So we have to be cautious going to the other side. Once on the other side, we turn left and come to this trailhead. Get ready. We have about 4 miles of pretty much steady uphill climbing until we come to Saddle Peak. Now, some backbone guides recommend that you go down this, even if you are headed mostly north to south. But we're not going to let a little ascent bother us. Of course not.
It's actually not too awful for a short distance as we traverse the bottom of Dark Canyon, part of the larger Malibu Canyon. But then, after crossing a Malibu Creek tributary, the path heads upward, loses the forest canopy, and pretty much doesn't let up.
more than halfway there. I'm rationalizing, of course. My legs and thighs and glutes are all feeling the sting, but I prefer that to bashing my knees going down this. Plus, the scenery around here isn't half bad. If I concentrate on that, I'm not going to feel the sweat rolling down my back or my lungs screaming for a rest. More and more as we work our way up through this tangle of vegetation known as chaparral. Now, it's not a specific plant, but a shrubland plant community that prefers the Mediterranean climate here. That is, mild, wet winters and hot, dry summers. 9% of California's woodland vegetation is chaparral, but it holds 20% of the plant species. That means lots of adaptation and diversity. One of the major plants here is this, manzanita. I can tell you from personal experience, it's impossible to bushwhack through. Now you can spot manzanita by its red bark and small oval leaves. In the spring, they might have red berries. They're edible. In fact, Chumash natives use them for cider. Haven't tried that myself.
After some 2.5 miles of this uphill grind, the trail passes a spur trail to Stunt Road and begins a traverse of the ridgeline. There's even an occasional break from the elevation gain, but not much relief. Finally, we know the climbing is about to end when these large sandstone outcroppings show up.
Known as sedimentary rock, which formed on the ocean floor some 16 million years ago. To be sure, the mountains weren't here at that time. They formed later. As for the rock, they came about when sediment sank to the bottom of the ocean at a depth of 4,000 to 5,000 feet, and the pressure was so great the grains cemented together. By the way, the tan color comes from iron-rich minerals in the rock that have oxidized.
A few minutes later, there's this junction with a spur trail to Saddle Peak. Though not officially part of the hike, it's worth the short detour to the top. From here, it's downhill for a little less than a mile. We pass this rather large water tank and apparently come into a cell phone signal. After a short distance down an asphalt road, the path swings right and then later veers left to Stunt Road, which it crosses.
No bikes, no dogs.
We continue up the shoulder to our shuttle car.
That was a long 7 miles, but a good hike.